Alright, YouTube, we're back. Today we begin the Fireball 150, the second race of the LF Truck Series season. Today, today the drivers will be prepared to 150 miles in Atlanta. Okay, let's see just what we've got worked out for us here tonight. This is, of course, at Atlanta. 50%er. I believe it will be a 50%er. Not sure, actually. Please allow us a little bit of dead air while we get final preparations for the pre-race festivities done. I'm getting a party set up. We are going to do two pre-race interviews. One with defending winner Aero Racing Design, and one with, of course, the main with league sanctioner Larson Fan. Alright, Larson Fan and Aero, welcome to pre-race interviews. Aero, I'd like to do your interview first, followed by Larson Fan, if that's alright.
No, it's not. You have 3 minutes, so you have 1.5 minutes for each of us.
Okay, that should be enough. So Aero, you're the defending winner. Do you feel like you've got sufficient momentum carried into this race to be able to win?
Oh, 100%. I think I've probably got the fastest car out of anyone here. Looking forward to it. It's going to be a draft race, so all I've got to worry about is Larson Fan not wrecking the field.
Frick.
Alright. What do you think is going to be the most important? That's going to be the most important element of strategy tonight. We all know Atlanta's an abrasive track. Do you feel like tires are going to be an issue?
I don't think they're going to be real big of an issue in stages 1 and 2, but I think in 3 and 4, maybe. I think you're going to have to pit at least once during the final stage, but there's probably going to be cautions, so I'm not worried about it.
Alright. That's all for you. Good luck in tonight's race.
Thank you.
Alright, and Larson Fan.
Yes. You have 2 minutes.
Okay. You are the man who runs this thing. Before we get to the serious questions, what percentage is this race gonna be?
50%.
Right.
Normal tire wear again, and it's gonna be really big on tire wear tonight, because the tires wear fast here. At least the right sides do. So.
You said how much tire wear?
On normal tire wear.
Alright,
it's still gonna be crazy.
Alright. you participated in the first race, but you're also the owner of the league.
Yes.
How do you feel like the league has been going so far after a year and a race of existence?
Well, I'd say with cautions on, having 19 people in a race, 20 technically, and we didn't have any cautions in stage 1. We did have a Wreckfest portion in the beginning of stage 3, but it's gone pretty good so far, and I think the one-man party shoot. I think it's been pretty good.
Alright. One last thing, are you gonna stay in this party, or are we gonna move into another party for the driver's meeting?
I will be moving into another party, and thank
Me
you.
and LF will be. You will be staying in this party. I think.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Good luck tonight, and that concludes pre-race interviews.
And everyone subscribe and enjoy the race, and cheer for me and Boo Larson fan. Bye.
Thank you.
Arrow, you suck. My own team, I'm just gonna finish a lap, so I'm gonna stay here until I finish this lap. Okay, I'm gonna head out.
Right.
See ya, and it's 7:50. I gotta make the party. See ya.
Alright. Well, that does it, viewers. Those are your pre-race interviews with your defending winner and the sanctioning body owner. Let's see in the chat what the people are thinking. They're thinking nothing because 6 people are watching. If you're in the chat and have a question to ask, I'd be happy to take your question. Apparently the chat is entirely dead and there are only 3 people watching, and one of them being me. And it'll be dead air for a lot of the time, so sit back, go get a snack or something, I don't know. Sorry about that. Had to unmic for a few seconds. Drivers meeting is probably currently being conducted. The drivers are assembling in their party. Breaking news: Smoke Carbon will not be racing tonight. That truck will be absent from the running order. Be sure to tune in next week. I know this is early promotion. Next week, November 7th, same bat time, same bat channel. We'll be at ISM Raceway. Don't want to miss that. Sorry if you're dreadfully bored watching this. We don't exactly have anything to show. Parties are currently being set up before the lobby starts. If we take a look at our correction, sorry, I almost read you off the standings from the Carnation Cup. They of course had no affiliation with us, other than I think a few drivers compete in the other league. If you're in the chat, please say so. I'd like to have someone else to talk to other than myself. Sniffle. After next week's race at ISM, the schedule looks like this. November 14th will be at Kentucky. November 21st will be at Michigan. 28th, Martinsville. On December 5th, we go to Talladega. On December 12th, we go to Charlotte. The next day, on the 13th, they go to the Roval. December 19th, we go to Gateway. On New Year's Day, we'll be racing at Eldora. The next week will be at Homestead. New Hampshire, Las Vegas, Iowa, Watkins Glen, Bristol, Iowa, Darlington, Dover, Daytona, and will round out the season on March 20th at 8 p.m. at the Kansas Speedway. All races will be at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, with the exception of Martinsville, the Roval, and Eldora. Eldora will be at 6 p.m. The other two will both be at 9 p.m. Of course, all dates are in Eastern Standard Time. It is now 8 p.m. It is officially race time. We're happy to have you on the LF Truck Series channel. We're almost ready to go. I've been informed by a driver via Twitter DM that the race will be starting in just a moment. We'll be taking you out to Hampton, Georgia, ready for the race. On a track that chews up tires, a whole bunch of trucks will be ready to go. Qualifying is currently loading and is underway. Drivers are currently loading into the race. I will give you the details of qualifying as I can. I'm currently watching Limestone Butters stream. If you want to say qualifying yourself, please go watch that stream and not this one. But please stay to watch the entire race. Please know this is also on a short delay because of internet capabilities. Never mind, I won't be able to give you the details. The stream itself has failed to work properly. But I will receive an invite to the race in just a few moments, once qualifying has concluded. There we go, I can finally watch the stream again. I'll also be using limestone string as my lap counter, as there is not one in the spectator mode. Alright. First lap is completed. Here in qualifying, there are only 7 laps remaining. Your top 4 appear to be the 88 of, I believe that is Bean. Let me double check that. No, that is HS Racing, actually. Excuse me. Mr. Creeper is running second. Caleb M is running third. And Limestone himself is fourth. As they as they cross the line with 6 laps to go. Now they're all running about 30-second laps. 30.5 seconds, really. Everything looks ready to go. Caleb's gotten into the wall. So this looks like it will be done in a little over. They're coming to 5 to go, so I estimate about 2.5 minutes. And then it'll be another little while until I'll be in the race, so strap in, get ready to go. Brett Notatree, is also currently running up to the front. Trying to set some fast laps in qualifying. The 91 of Racing Fan 24842 is also running in that lead pack. He's currently third in a little 3-car drafting group, with the other driver being Limestone. HS seems to have checked out over this little 3-car drafting group. But by the time you're hearing this, there will be 2 laps to go. Excuse me, 3 to go. Currently an absolute dogfight for the 2nd place position. Even though it's only qualifying, you would think that they just want to stay in the draft group and try to hit their marks, but no, these guys are going at it. We also apologize in advance if the previous and next driver functions are a little erratic tonight. The in-game capabilities simply don't allow them to work like they should. There is some stuttering. It's we're placing all the blame on the game. There are now only 2 laps to go. By the time you're hearing this, there will probably only be 1. HS Racing 2 looks like he has the clearest shot to win the qualifying race, as he has about a 2-second lead over Limestone. And we'll just have to wait on the results of qualifying once the race is started. Qualifying has come to an end. HS Racing 2 is, of course, your winner. Rounding out your top 5 in the qualifying race are Brett Racing Fan, Limestone Butter, and Jake M706. Your defending race winner did not place inside the top 10. That's Arrow, for those who do not remember. The entire top 10 finished on the lead lap, but from 11th on back, everyone was either out of the race, or at least a lap down. We're now ready to go and race. I'll be in the lobby momentarily. I'm just waiting on the invitation from the boss man himself. Fastest lap of the race does not go to HS Racing 2, surprisingly. We'll have to see who it is. Starting at the pole will be Bean, and Arrow will be starting second. HS will be third. And I cannot tell you at this moment who will be fourth. I'll be the final person invited, of course. Race length is currently just being extended, so we're almost ready to go. I believe the only remaining step is for me to be invited on the race to be started. But those will actually kind of go on at the same time. 65 laps at Atlanta, that's a 50% race. Stages on, yellow flags on, black flags on, regular wear on possibly the most abrasive track of the schedule. I have received the invitation. We're gonna go blue screen for a little moment. And I am in the race. We're loading in. Just about time. Race is just about ready to go, and we're here in Atlanta. The 22 of Bean leads us to the line. We're green in Atlanta for the Fireball 150. Bean leads them off into turn 1, the field behind him. There's your look, it's like a swarm of hornets on this first lap. Rest assured, though, it's not exactly a thing I had it a promise, but we're gonna be spread out a little bit. There's one car off in the back. I can't see who that is. That is Kyle Larson, 42 fan, who went off to the inside. Bean has led the first lap. We're now on lap 2. That's not Bean. Mr. Craper's into the outside wall. There we go. Back to the lead. Aero Racing Design, defending race winner, so he has a lot of momentum going into this race. Believes he has a winning truck. We're now on lap 3. A little bit of a tandem draft has broken out for the lead here. HS Racing 2, the next closest challenger. Aero in that Flex Seal truck looks high, falls back in line. Bean puts a little bit of distance on him. So we head down the backstretch. HS Racing 2 making a move to the bottom of Arrow. He's going to inherit the second position. Bean leads once again. They roll into the backstretch. Bean has distanced himself a little bit from the pack. Oh, that is Limestone Butter currently running in third in the number 99. They come off in 4. Field's pretty much got in single file except for a few trucks running side by side. and even though the numbers of them are very small. 15 laps left in this first stage. Each lap is usually about 30.5 seconds long. So, this may very well end up being a fast race. There was one truck in the outside wall. That was a white truck. I couldn't tell who that was. It appears to have been possibly Mr. Creeper. Let's go back up to the front of the pack. If we can. There's being earlier. I've done the calculations without time taken in for pit stops and stage breaks and cautions and whatnot. This race should only be a little over an hour long. Excuse me, a little over half an hour long total. This is it. Stretch 4 down the back stretch. There's been a bit of a shuffle for the lead positions while I was doing some calculations. I believe that is the Tyler Ankrum truck. Let me see here. It's not Jake. Not Caleb. Not Jacko. Oh yeah, that's Jacob 706 currently. It's not the Tyler Ankrum truck that we saw running up at the front last week. That is a custom number 85. Excuse me. Excuse me there, I appeared to have swallowed some glue or something. Throat was getting a little sticky. Okay, now go back up to the lead. I believe we have about 12 laps to go at this point in the race. If the streamline is accurately for information, we should only have 11 to go. Not in the race, in the stage, excuse me. As there's a little 4-car breakaway that's Bean, Arrow, Jake, and Limestone currently running this little top 4 group. It almost looks like the Stewart Haas cars at the Fall Talladega race in 2018. All running nose to tail. Granted, they have some distance. They're not exactly working together, but they're not exactly trying to set up race domination. Now, of course, every driver wants to dominate a race, because we have 10 to go in the stage, but it seems though that they're not going to be doing each other any favors as they sneak down the backstretch. As we go to the front follow cam. Now go on board with Bean. The left run runs very low on the front straightaway. Kind of runs in the middle in the turns, goes all the way down to the bottom. And fades back up to the top. Still runs, doesn't run exactly on the wall, but... And we might have a pass to the lead. Jacob 706 looking to the bottom. Well, this appears to be the first lead change of the race. And it is the first lead change of the race. 9 to go in the stage. And Arrow Racing Design almost tried to push it pretty wide. Backed out of there. Good move for him. As he's now able to close on the back of Jake. As we go to the Goodyear blimp cam. Arrow currently getting a bit of a push to Jake, but he's going to get stuck on the high line. The high line is not the optimal lane here at Atlanta. That's going to allow Jake a little bit of breathing room. As Bean has fallen back into second, Limestone still running fourth. Arrow lags back a little bit. Bean goes to the high lane, that almost allowed Limestone to get past it, but Limestone's now actually going to fade back into their spot. Bean now going back to the bottom, attempting to make a pass. He's got the optimal lane. Let's see if he can make it work. And he has made it work. Bean goes back to the lead. I believe is where, as I'm waiting on the on the other stream to get my lap counter. Since we'll only have 5 laps left in the stage, Arrow has picked second up. Limstone's been patiently running there in 4th, trying to see what's been going on. Jake has moved up to the top, been past, he hasn't lost this little draft here. Bean's kind of taken off as we come to 4 laps to go in the stage.